This is the Rakk Talan Aero. It's a gaming mouse with a familiar shape, reliable sensor, and a HOTSWAP battery just like the Talan Air that was released a few years ago. Given the rising trend of lightweight gaming mice and higher polling rates, even in budget models, are Rakk Talan Aero specification and features enough? Let's find out. Just a quick disclaimer, Rakk Gears sent this mouse for us to try and experience it. Rest assured that all views and opinions in this video are my own, and this will be an honest video. And for our international viewers, Rakk Gears is a local brand here in the Philippines. Feel free to skip this video if you want to. But if you're curious about this gaming mouse, please stay tuned. Inside the box, you'll see a USB-A to USB-C cable for charging and wired mode connection, a set of grip tapes and dot skates, a USB extender, a user manual, and the gaming mouse itself. Rakk Gears also sent us a spare Talan Aero battery. This spare battery will be sold separately and you can get it as well on Rakk Gears official online stores or from EasyPC. And regarding the shape of this gaming mouse, it resembles one of the most loved gaming mice, the Razer Viper Mini. If we compare both gaming mice side by side, the shape and dimensions are pretty much the same. However, the Talan Aero is a tad longer than the RVM. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time Rakk Gears opted for a Razer-shaped gaming mouse, and to be honest, I'm glad that they did it. And with the size and shape of Rakk Talan Aero, it's good for fingertip grip style for some people. If we have the same hand size, 18.5 by 9.5 centimeters, fingertip is the best option when using this mouse. But if your hand size is smaller, palm or claw grip might fit. As for its coating, it feels a little bit plastic and it's slippery when you have a dry hand. To be exact, it's the typical coating we'll see in most budget gaming mice. Also, if you're familiar with Rakk Wireless, their coatings are quite similar. And if I check the weight of this gaming mouse without its USB dongle, it weighs 55 grams on my scale. But I think the weight can be reduced if I install the dot skates. To be honest, the 55 grams weight is fine. It's not too light and it's not too heavy. It sits in the middle in my opinion. And to discuss its selling point, the Rakk Talan Aero has 300 mAh of HOTSWAP battery, just like the Talan Air that was released a few years ago. This is a good feature and it can really extend the wireless time of this gaming mouse. But you need to purchase the extra battery unlike in Talan Air. By the way, the extra battery that is sold separately has wireless charging capability and it can be charged directly using a Type-C charger or cable. Draining the factory charged battery took me around 10 hours and charging it is around 1.5 to 2 hours. As of the making of this video, I was able to record 20 hours of wireless usage on a fully charged battery. And regarding its polling rate, the Talan Aero supports up to 1K polling rate. This is fine to be honest, even though the trend these days is the opposite. As most of us know, 1K polling rate is enough, especially if your setup cannot cope up with higher polling rates. So far in my 2 weeks of using this mouse, I haven't encountered any issues in terms of wireless connection using the 1K polling rate. As for its build quality, my unit doesn't have flexing, creaking, or any clicking sounds. There's no rattling too when you try to shake it. Here's a quick demo for me to show you how good the build is. The switches used by Rakk Gears on this gaming mouse are Wano blue shell pink dots, so for the implementation is good. It's soft and spammable. Aside from that, there's no switch grinding during my almost 2 weeks of using it. Both clickers are responsive from tip to center and it's soft too when clicking or pressing the part of the clickers near the center. There's also minimal pre and post travel. Moreover, my unit has minimal side flexing or side wobbling of the main clickers. And regarding its side buttons, Wano 3M switches are installed. The clicking experience on the side buttons is good so far. It's quite soft when clicking it and it also has minimal pre and post travel. Aside from that, my unit's side buttons have minimal wobbling, which is typical in most budget gaming mice. And to discuss its scroll wheel, the Talan Aero has TTC silver encoder. The implementation is quite hard to press but the scrolling experience is fine and it's not stiff. By the way, here's a quick sound test. The Rakk Talan Aero has the typical PTFE mouse feet we see in most budget gaming mice. The gliding experience is good so far and there's no grinding underneath when gliding the mouse on my pad. In addition, the skates don't need a break-in period, and like I said, it can glide smoothly right away. And regarding its software, you can get it on Rakk Gears website. If you're familiar with C2, Ninjutsu Sora, and Fantic Healers 2 Pro, the softwares of the aforementioned mice are similar to Talan Aero. The UI is easy to understand and some settings are self-explanatory. And just like most gaming mice softwares, you can set the TPA setting, debounce time, and polling rate. And since it's easy to understand, I will not explain each setting in this video. I'll just put the download link below and feel free to check it out in case you have this gaming mouse. Moreover, the Talan Aero has PW3395 optical sensor with COM-X52850 Pro Plus MCU. In my 2 weeks of testing it, I did not encounter any sensor related issues. But I think the amount of days is not enough to measure the performance. For me to give you better test results on its sensor, I'll be posting updates on the comment section below after a few weeks or months of using this gaming mouse. And if you check online, the price of Rakk Talan Aero is 1,795 pesos as of the making of this video. Meanwhile, the extra battery is currently priced at 195 pesos. I have posted some links below on where to get this gaming mouse and the extra battery. Feel free to check it if you're interested. To be honest, I'm really glad that Rakk Gears opted for the Racer Viper or RVM shape. As we all know, a lot of people like the RVM and hope for a wireless version. However, Racer wasn't able to provide what people are looking for. Instead, they released the Racer Cobra Pro, which was far too expensive. Also, there are a lot of brands that released the same size and shape, but again, the price was quite high. Now with the release of Talan Aero, us Filipinos and budget gamers who prefer the shape of Racer Viper Mini can now consider it as an option in case we want to get a wireless mouse or if we're upgrading. Hopefully, Rakk Gears will continue this trend. I mean, opting for popular shapes of gaming mice. And regarding the performance of this mouse, so far I haven't encountered any issues while using it for 2 weeks. Fortunately, my unit doesn't have the issue Tito Gaming encountered. But again, my usage time is very low since I have only used the mouse for 2 weeks. Like I said earlier, I'll just update the comments below after 3 months or more and share my experiences on this gaming mouse. Other than its performance, the HOTSWAP battery is really a cool feature. You can get multiple batteries and swap them every time they run out. But I wish Rakk Gears opted for a bigger battery indicator. It's difficult to see if the battery is in critical levels with the indicator Talan Aero has. I also hope that Rakk Gears will try to invest more on the coating of their new and upcoming gaming mice. Like I said earlier, it feels slippery and I might install the grip tapes. Overall, I can say that the features and specifications of the Aero are enough against the rising trend of lightweight gaming and higher polling rates, especially for budget gamers. As I mentioned earlier, 55 grams is not too heavy nor too light, and most of the time, 1K polling rate can suffice our gaming needs. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Till our next, goodbye.